Vaheguru, 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 तुदे आगे अरदास हमारी जियो पिंड सब तेरा कहो नानक सब तेरी वड्याई कोई नाम न जाने मेरा क्या हो कथी कथे कद देखा मैं अकथ न कथना जाई जो तुद भावै सोई आखा तिल तेरी वड्याई तिल तेरी वड्याई वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु जी कृपा करनी साध संगत जी रल मिल के फतेह बुलानी जी वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So what Maharaj has blessed us this week to go through the katha of the 16th body of Sri Japji Sahib. So far we've gone through all the bodies on Suniya, on Maniya, and last week we talked about Guru Sahib addressing the Siddhs on the topic of the Tol Taram. So Maharaj was discussing with them whether there is a bull that's holding up the world. And this week Maharaj starts to come on to a new system that they discuss with him, which can be called what is Maya, ki Maya hai ki. And we all know, you might have heard this before, jehde hage padhe likhe better than me, ki tre gun, ki Maya de tin gun hage. Maya has 3 guns, and this is the conversation that takes place now with Guru Sahib Ji. And there's 3 bodies that discuss this, and they start off with this body on Asank Jap, Asank Pao, and we know that's the 16th body. So what we're going to do is just sing through that body now, of the 16th body. Now there are 3 bodies that have Asank in the beginning. The first one is this one, Asank Jap, Asank Pao, Asank Puja, Asank Taptao. And then later on, Maharaj goes to a body where they're talking about the people that are doing bad stuff. And then they go on to talk about a body where people, is kind of the next step. So we'll talk about these 3 in the next 3 weeks, but today we'll do the first one. Sarya Asank Jap Asank Pao Asank Puja Asank Taptao Asank Granth Mukh Ved Paat Asank Jog Man Rahe Udas Asank Bhakt Gun Gyan Vichar Asank Sati Asank Datar Asank Surmo Paksar Asank Mon Evelaitar
असंख मोन विवलाए तार। कुदरत कौन कहाँ विचार, वार्या ना जावा एक बार। जो तुद पावे साई पलीकार, साई पलीकार। जो तुद पावे साई पलीकार। तू सदा सलामत निरंकार।
कुदरत कवन कहा विचार, वार्य न जावा एक बार। जो तुद भावै साई पलीकार, तू सदा सलामत निरंकार। In these three bodies, Asankh Jap, Asankh Pao, and the one body after this, Asankh Murak and the Kor. So this body is talking about people that are Muraks and people that are blind. And the body after this, Maharaj says Asankh Naam, Asankh Tham. And they go through a bit more. All these three bodies have as their uniting force the bottom, which is Kudrat Kavan Kaha Vichar, Varya na Java Ek Var. Jo Tud Pave Sai Parikar, Tu Sada Salamat Nirankar. And I want to just discuss that a little bit more, and I'll keep coming back to this, because this is the message, that's the central message that Guru Sahib is giving us. So it's really important that we think about it again and again and again. Maharaj says, Kudrat Kavana Kaha Vichar. What we're going to see now is that Guru Sahib is now going to go on to talk about Kudrat again. Last time they talked about the bull, this time they're going to talk about another theory of Kudrat. And that's the theory of Kudrat being Maya, the illusion. And then again Maharaj comes back to this, Jo Tud Pave Sai Palikar. How can I talk about your Kudrat? How can I describe your Kudrat? I can't even count it once. Can't even explain it once. I can't even dial it once. Whatever you wish, that's the right thing. Jo Tud Pave Sai Palikar. Tu Sada Salamat Nirankar. You, Vaheguru, you are always solid. You are still, and you are without form. You are Nirankar. So because there's many explanations of this, and over the week been researching about this, there's many ways of seeing these three bodies. One is to talk about the Tre Gun, the three guns. Guru Sahib explains these guns in Gurbani, that Maya, this world, everything in this world comes with three qualities, if you want to say, or three flavors. And whichever one of these flavors is dominating, that affects us. And this is Rajogun, Tamogun, and Satogun. So Rajogun, we'll go into this in a bit more detail in a little while. But these three qualities Maharaj is talking about, in a way, Guru Sahib, normally people talk about this as being the main explanation of these 2 or 3 bodies. And they say that the Gursikh has to go above these 3 qualities. The Gursikh must aim for the 4th state, Chotha Pad, the 4th quality of Sahaj Avastha, the highest Chotha Pad. We'll talk about this in a little while as well. This is the normal explanation. And then actually, there's another way of looking at this, which is to say that Maharaj is also talking about a very, very old philosophy of called Sankhya. It's a very old philosophy that's been around before even Buddha, before Buddhism. And in Hinduism, there's 6 main philosophies. We've heard about this, 6 main philosophies of Hinduism. One of them is called Sankhya. And because in Hinduism, when we say Ik Oankar, we go with an N. For Hinduism, they go Om, the same sound on top, they make a M. So if you do Google, it's not going to be Sankhya, it's going to be Samkhya with the M. Samkhya. So this is a very old philosophy, and we'll talk about this because the Guru is giving us a clue. Maharaj says Asankh. Samkhya means to count, and Asankh means beyond count. So you can see that even the word that Maharaj uses, instead of saying Anek, which is also the same, countless, instead of saying Aginat, Maharaj says Asankh. So there's a clue in that. And we'll talk about what Sankhya is and why Maharaj is talking about this philosophy. And then finally there's a way of talking about this which is slightly different, away from the Trigun. And that's to look at the idea of just that Maharaj is saying there's many different ways of doing bhakti. So if you look at the first word, Asankh Jap, Asankh Pao, there's many different ways of doing jap. There's many people in the world that are doing jap. There's many different ways of doing love, Pao. And there's many religions in the world, there's many places in the world that people are loving their Creator. So you can talk about this as being a very open way. The yogis are asking him, which is the best way? Maharaj is saying, there's many, many ways. So the message that comes out from this is that we should be very humble. We shouldn't be judging people. We should be very humble. And then we see that Guru Sahib, when he's talking about these three bodies, he talks about the good people who are doing Asankh Jap, Asankh Pao. Then he talks about the bad people a little bit, the people that are doing the Murak Kam. And then the third part being the Gursikh, what they aim for, the highest pad, the fourth state, which is this idea of Sahajavastha through the Shabad. So we'll go through this slowly because it's quite complicated and it's not as easy as going through just something as simple as Naam Simran Karo. It's quite a deep philosophy Maharaj is talking about, so it's worthwhile discussing it just for a little while. Now, when we talk about the fourth state, we're talking about what is this idea of Trigun. We can look at that there's, just going into Trigun, that there's this Satogun. Now Satogun has been described as being saintly or lightness as opposed to darkness. People that are doing this are full of positivity. They've got light inside them. They're very, even the food that comes with this Satogun, the light quality, people say Satvik Khana. The people that have been to India, they'll know this, that when they have that bhojan and their Hindu Vaishnu food, they call that Satvik. It's supposed to be light to your body. It's supposed to keep you light. It's supposed to keep you focused upon the truth. Then there's Rajogun, and some people understood this to be a Rajo coming from Raja, but it's got nothing to do with Raja. It's purely to do with this idea of passion, of energy. So the Maharaj is talking about where is action come from? Action comes from having some kind of desire to do something. And that's where Rajogun comes from. So there's a desire attached. And there's Tamogun. Tamogun is the lowest form. It's opposite of Rajogun. It's darkness. In darkness, we're very animalistic. Not only are we animalistic, but it's very much to do with just pleasure of yourself. Just enjoying food. So somebody who's stuffing themselves with food, doesn't want to walk around too much, do any exercise, they're at the end of Tamogun. Now you might say, what's this tree all about? Maharaj is telling us that they're like, if you have a circle, that's you, and you have three kind of flavors that that circle could be made up of. You could have 70% Satogun, 20% Rajogun, and then you have that 10% of Tamogun. That Tamogun is keeping you in the darkness, and the Rajogun gets you to do something. But hopefully, the Satogun being the massive, the 70%, you'll be doing saintly actions. You'll be doing the right things. And if you could look at the other end of the spectrum, they kind of all three are opposed to each other. So when you've got Tamogun, loads of that, then you're basically not interested in any of this spirituality stuff. You're not interested in reading about spirituality. You're not interested in doing any party puja. You're only interested in food, fun, drinking, yeah? So you can see, when you try talking to some people, when they're under the influence of alcohol, it's not going in. You can talk to them, but they're only interested in what they're going to do next. Sometimes, if you talk to somebody about Sikhi, you're talking to that person about Sikhi, that person is looking at your face and thinking, I don't want to have a dadi. They're not hearing, they're not listening at all. They're just thinking, I don't want to have a beard, I don't want to have a turban. So no matter what you say, it's not going in. They're totally closed off to even hearing the truth of what Guru Sahib has said, the message. They're scared of it because they think it's going to change my life. And they're not willing to make any move. They're very much about, I want to stay where I am, I'm in my comfort zone. That's very much to do with that kind of Tamagun. And then somebody who's in Rajagun, who's prevalent in Rajagun, that person is probably not so interested in the philosophy. But, Maharaj tells us, they're very much interested in action and honor. So the warriors come from this. You know, like they say that there's some people that think before they do act, other people that act and afterwards they think about it. And in our Punjabi community, there's quite a lot of people that like to act first and then think afterwards. So you can classify those people as more interested in Tamogun, in Rajogun. And then you've got the people that are more thinkers. They're more about, using their brain. They're more interested in keeping their brain active. They're not interested really in money. They're not interested in power as much. They're not interested in pleasuring themselves through food, alcohol, the opposite sex. They're more interested in maybe intellectual pleasures. Reading, contemplating, thinking. Now these things are not unique to Hinduism. This Trigun of Maya, it's something that even existed obviously before Buddha. So those ideas have spread a lot. So Buddhism has the same similar kind of ideas. When there's certain kind of foods you should eat, certain kind of foods you shouldn't eat, they all come down to this. Even people say, this meat and these things, they have energy, animalistic energy. So they're more Rajagun and Tamagun and less about Satogun. So there's loads of philosophies. If you look at even Plato, who was a Western philosopher in Greece obviously, and they had a theory of 3 types of people. And the 3 types of people, he said, are like, what is predominant in each person? It was a 3. And the kind of people that are truth-loving and wisdom-loving, he called those the philosopher kings. And they should be the people in charge of the country. But there's other people that are interested in honor, in fighting, in supporting the thing. But the people that are honor-loving, they could either become honor-loving but interested in power and pleasureful honor, so they become tyrants. Or they could support the philosophers. So the idea of the soldiers, the soldier class, was the soldiers support the king. The kings are the philosophers, and the people that are the soldiers, they support the king. And so therefore you have a stable society. And then the largest population, always going to be the largest, are the ones that are only interested in their own satisfaction. They're interested in their appetite. They're only interested in doing what suits them. So you can call those maybe the Tamagun. And they are left to just get on with commerce and trade and all these things. But society is very stable because you have philosophers, truth-loving people, followed by honor-loving people, and finally those that seek to just satisfy their own appetite. Sorry to go into a Greek philosophy lesson, too much detail. Now, the thing with the Trigun is that these, like we're talking about, are part of Maya. They're not just part of our mind, they're in everything. Every single thing out there is made up of these 3 things. And so Guru Sahib, when he's talking about Asank Jap, Asank Pao, Asank Puja, Asank Tapatao, if you wanted to go at those and look at that through the eyes of being in Maya, we haven't transcended Maya, we're still in Maya. So we haven't transcended it. The Chotha Pad is what the Gursikh is seeking, but if you're still within the Trigun, you could say, for example, we'll go through this word by word, but just go to the first line. Imagine somebody's doing jap. Yeah? Jap karu. The problem is, if that person is not doing Naam Japana of Vaheguru for the sake of Vaheguru, they're just doing a mantra that was given to them because, for example, they think they like the knowledge of it. So they like this theory, so they jump that theory. Not interested in Naam, it's just a theory. So for example, you can say the person who is doing Naam Japna, because the person who is, say for example, reading Gurbani, even today's world, we can make it more real. Some people read Gurbani not to experience Waheguru, but to know more so they can show off. Yeah? The truth-loving person does sometimes like to show off their knowledge. Yeah? So when we talk about the beginning of Japji Sahib Maharaj says, Ki sahasya anpala ko hai, ta ik na challe naal. That means that even if you have all the clevernesses in the world, you still won't go anywhere. Some people do jump just to show off. Yeah? So some people could be sitting in a satsang at the front, but the reason that they want to be there is to show off. So Maya is so clever. Maharaj says, E Maya Mohini, jin et parampalaya. You can get lost in Maya. You can be thinking you're doing the right things, but you could still be stuck inside the Trigun, the Maya itself. The threefold Maya still has you. You love the truth, but the truth isn't Naam. The truth is wisdom or intellect. So you follow that. Or you forget Japana, you think I want power. So you go down that route. Or you can go down, I just want to satisfy myself. So in these two bodies of the bhagats, the saintly actions, the good actions, and the bad actions, there's still an element where every single person could be doing those for the wrong reason. You could be stuck in the Maya, even though you think you're being saintly, you haven't become saintly. And that's why Maharaj says at the end, Ki Kudrat Kavan Kaha Vichar, Varyana Java Ekvar. Then Maharaj says, Jo Tud Pave Sai Palikar. So when we talk about the fourth gun, you'll see, or we'll talk about it later, not today maybe, but in more detail next time, you'll see that the fourth gun is all about giving up. It's about surrender. Jo Tud Pave Sai Palikar. Whatever you want, Waheguru, I'm happy with that. When you start giving up even the desire to be spiritual, even the desire to look spiritual, when you start giving up that desire and give up to Waheguru, everything that's going on, then Maharaj tells us you can start coming towards the Naam and the Hukum. It's very deep philosophy, so you can understand that just looking at it from a Trigun angle, that Guru is giving us direction. And Trigun is talked about in Anand Sahib, it's talked about throughout in Gurbani. And we'll talk about it more when we come to the party next week. But just to give you some of the philosophical angle of this, now we'll talk about why Maharaj also could be talking about Sankhya. Because this idea of Trigun, this idea of counting everything up into Trigun, is a very deep philosophy that comes from this 2,000-year-old system, 2,500-year-old system called Sankhya. You can imagine now that the Siddhs, when they're having a conversation with Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they say to him, okay, so the world isn't sitting on top of a bull. So how was the world made? Now I'll talk to you about Sankhya a little bit, because what is this? Now Sankhya is founded, as I said, 2,500 years ago, by a guy called Kapila, who was a sage. And they talk about this in the Vedas, and they talk about it in the Bhagavad Gita. But in its essence, Sankhya is a system of counting. Sankhya means to count. And everything is counted. Everything is categorized, if you can imagine. It's all in little boxes. It's a very methodological way of looking at the world. But the one thing is missing is Waheguru. It's a non-theistic religion. If you're a Sankhya, you don't believe in God. You're Hindu, but there's a part of Hinduism that don't believe in God. They don't believe there's any creator that made the world. So actually, it's an atheistic system, which is part of Hinduism. So Hinduism isn't really, it's very hard to categorize Hinduism because you can see there's so many different schools in it. But one of those 6 schools, this Sankhya, doesn't have God, doesn't have Waheguru as the creator. And what it says is that there's 2 things in the world. Purusha, the soul, and Prakriti, creation. You can see why Prakriti, the important part, Guru is saying Kudrat. Kudrat is creation, and Prakriti is also creation. You can see why this is linked up. And Sankhya says that the soul is Purusha, the pure soul. And that the soul cannot have created anything, so therefore there must be something else separate from the soul, which is Prakriti. This Prakriti is the female element, creation being the female, and the soul is a male element. So now all the myths you have across the world of Mother Earth and Mother Maya. Maya also is a female. This Maya is Prakriti. And Maya has again the 3 guns. So the first person to come up with the 3 guns was Kapila. And he said that Prakriti has 3 forms, which is Rajo, Tamo and Sato. So you can understand that relating this back to what Maharaj is talking about Trigun, the deeper philosophy is of Sankhya. So when we talk about in Guru Gurvani, it says Siv Sakat Aap Paike. Siv Sakat. Shiva and Shakti. Shiva is the male element, Shakti is a female element. So you the yin yang, all these things they're talking about, there's the male element, the female element, that comes back to this Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha being the soul, Prakriti being creation. And when they got together, the first thing that was made was Buddhi. That's the first principle. Buddhi was called Mahat. It's funny because that word Mahat comes right at the end of Japji Sahib when they say Mata Tart Mahat. And Bhai Gurdas Ji talks about Mata Tart Mahat. He says ki Gurmat Mata Mat hai, Pita Santok Parampad Paya. That the Gurmat is the Mata. You can see now that if Mata is a female element and it's a Mahat, then the Buddhi is the first thing that came out when Purusha and Prakriti met. Buddhi being the first thing is also called Mat. And the Guru is saying to us that the best Mat to have, the best Buddhi to have is Gurmat. There's a different translation of the whole sloka at the end that comes up through this way. But just to go into a bit more detail, so first comes Buddhi, which is called Mahat. Then from this Buddhi comes Ahankar, or what we call Home, ego. Onward from Ahankar and Buddhi, then comes the Man, the mind. So these 3 things are the internal guns, and they're all made up of this Trigun. So Maya is created Buddhi, is created Home, and then is created the Man. So we're all lost in that. And the only thing that they say is real is Purusha. So the problem with this religion of Sankhya is that actually it's about rejecting the world. It's about rejecting Buddhi, it's about rejecting Man, it's about rejecting Home, leaving all of it behind, even rejecting Kudrat, rejecting the whole of Prakriti, of creation, and saying the only thing that's real is the soul. By doing that, there's no God that created anything. Prakriti wasn't made by God, soul wasn't made by God. They're unmade. So there's no Vaheguru involved. And Guru Sahib says, Ki Kudrat ka ban kaha vichar. Kudrat is talking about Prakriti and creation. How can I talk about this creation? This system, Maharaj says, is too fixed. It's got too many numbers inside it. Maharaj says, Ki how is Asank? Asank means opposite of Sank. Sank is all about counting. Maharaj is saying is Asank. Ki Asank jap. There's not some ways of doing jap, there's Asank ways of doing jap. How can I do Kudrat? Kudrat cannot be, how can I do Vichar of Kudrat when Kudrat is so complicated that it's not easy to just codify all into nice neat little boxes. And then we said last week that Varya na Java. Varya can come from to be sacrificed, but it can also come from Varnan. Varnan means to count. So again, I say Varya na Java ek var. I can't even do count this Kudrat once. If you can't count something, how can you explain it? Imagine you got a box and they say explain this box, and you don't know how much is inside it. You can't explain it. So this idea of Varnan and of Asank comes back to that Maharaj is saying the world is beyond Ginti. Vaheguru's system is beyond us understanding. We are the creation. We can't count the creator. This system is beyond our understanding. But what can we do? What can we do? Is Jo tud pave sai palikar. Tu sada salamat nirankar. All we can do is surrender to it. We know it's real. We know it works. We don't need to understand it. We need to feel it. Sikhi is about feeling, not about understanding. Then Maharaj goes on, and the same thing. Sikhi does not call the world fake. This Sankhya, it calls the world fake. It says that the whole of Maya, which is Prakriti, is fake. But Sikhi doesn't reject the world. For us, the world is not about retiring into the mountains and doing bhakti and forgetting about the world. Guru Sahib is a Dharamsal. But this Tarti is a Dharamsal. Dharamsal means a place of Dharma. It's here for us to test our dharma. It's here for us to first become enlightened and then do seva of society. We're not here to reject society. We accept society as real. So Guru Sahib says ki Sache tere khand, Sache brahmand, Sache tere lo, Sache aakar. Sachi teri kudrat, Sache pasha. So this kudrat, this world, we accept as being real. Sankhya says it's not real. So Guru Sahib is rejecting Sankhya. And also, obviously, when he's saying asank, he's saying without count. Also, Guru Sahib says ki Tu sada salamat nirankar. Tu means Vaheguru. Guru Sahib is rejecting the idea that there is no creator, that no one made Prakriti and no one made Purush. Maharaj says somebody made our soul, somebody made the world, and that is Vaheguru. That's why Maharaj says in the beginning of Asa Diwar, Guru Sahib says ki Aapine aap sajiyo, Aapine rachiyo nao, Dui kudrat sajiye, kar asan ditho chao. First, you made yourself Vaheguru, then you made your name. Name is the way that we can experience Vaheguru. Sat Naam. Through the Naam, we're going to experience the Sat. So the way to experience Vaheguru was made. After Vaheguru made Vaheguru, Vaheguru made the system to find Vaheguru. Then, Dui Kudrat Sajiye. Then Vaheguru made the world. First Vaheguru, then the system, then the world. So we don't reject the world, we said that the way to find Vaheguru is through Naam. That's why we say Karta Purkh. In this system of Sankhya, there is no Karta Purkh. No one is directing the play. But Guru Sahib says there is somebody directing the play. Dui Kudrat Sajiye Kar Asan Ditto Chao. Tusi Bage. Vaheguru came and sat in the world. After they made the world, Vaheguru sat inside it and is enjoying the world. It's a taramsal, it's a game. It's a game that Vaheguru is watching us. Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji is sitting here watching this as well. And they're watching the game. They think, Gursikho, I've come to give you the truth about life. It's not about rejecting the world, but it's about embracing the world. All the problems in this world can be solved if and only if we start listening to the truth. The truth that's in every religion. Every religion says, ki get together, live nice amongst human beings. What do? We start fighting. So we say that Tanam is the key. Last part we talked about, Taram is the way forward. Guru Sahib is telling us now, this is the Taram Sal. In this Taram Sal, we are here to achieve what Guru Sahib is here to give us. And that, Guru Sahib tells us, ki Tanaji yon teh jug mein, mukte har chit mein jud vichare. Blessed is that person, Tanaji yo, who jeda in this world, that person is blessed who mukte har chit mein jud vichare. In their mouth, they have Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. But what are they thinking about? Jud. They're thinking about battle. They're thinking about that main ladnaya against my own mind and against the Maya that's outside, the Param. In my own mind, I have Param, that there is no Vaheguru, that I'm separate from Vaheguru. That's the first. That this Maya, this Panch, Kam, Krodh, Lobha, Ahankar, that these are real. Maharaj says, no, fight that. But also, outside, the whole world is lost. The world is arguing against each other. The world is not sticking to what was the rule of Vaheguru, of Hukum. So we are here to establish Dharam in the world as well. So this Dharam Yudh, the idea for us is actually Seva of Dekh Dekh Fateh. So now that we've gone through the ancient philosophical systems of Asank and also talked about this Trigun, what we'll do is just to go through now these two bodies. So in this body, Asank Jap, Guru Sahib is now talking about the good things in the world. But actually we realize that even those good things can be inside Maya. You may not have transcended Maya. So Guru Sahib, Asank Jap, Asank Pao. Jap means to chant. We know that. Japa karna. Now, obviously, there's thousands of religions out there. In each religion, every single person is separate. And every single person is jumped their own way. Some people like jumping fast. Some people like jumping slow. Some people like jumping by themselves. Some people like jumping loudly, in company. So, Guru Sahib is saying there's many ways of doing japana. कि Gursikh, don't start becoming Hankari as well. One way of seeing this from the idea that there's millions of ways, we shouldn't be Hankari. So said that there's many ways of doing Japana. There's many ways of loving Waheguru. The Christians, they keep little pictures in front of them. They look at that picture and they do, not puja, but they look upon that picture and do japa. They do their, Our Father who art in heaven, blessed be thy name, the Lord's Prayer. Beautiful prayer. Christ's only one prayer. And they do japa of that, or they do japa of Hail Mary. So there's many religions that do japa. Muslims have 99 names from Allah. There's so many different ways of doing japana. There's so many different ways of loving Waheguru. We can't choose one way and say this is the best way. So there's a bit of our home comes in, we're knocking our ego. But also, every single one of those ways, unfortunately, could still be stuck in Maya. You can still have in there some request. You could do japana. At the end of that japana, you're saying, ki, if I do these many japs, maybe I'll get a better job. If I do these many japs, maybe I'll get clever. Maybe if I do so many japs, I'll pass my exams. The thing is that the Maya is so clever, it can get you in all those three things. So even in Japana, Maharaj is saying, you have to be above Maya. Asank puja, asank taptao. Puja means worship. Even in worship, some people, like Bhagat Tanna the Jat, but in puja of the stone, he found Waheguru. We think that can't be right. Gursikh ka matlab hai ki we have to do Naam Japana. How can you find God through a stone? But Bhagat Tanna Jat found it. He found it through a stone. So that makes us think maybe we should be judging people that are doing puja. This whole body actually is of positivity. If we go back to the idea of Taramyud, that we are here to change the world, the Guru Sahib has come, like they say, Bhai Gurdas says ki, Suni pukar datar prabh, Guru Nanak jagamai pithaya. Guru Nanak Dev Ji was sent into this world by Waheguru for the people of the earth. Not just for the Punjabis, not just for the people that are living here, who happen to be of Punjabi background, but for the world. So in that idea, we can see ki, there's always going to be some people that are with us, the good guys. We're not going to fight against them. Yeah, they're the people that are doing this. Asang chap, asang pao, asang puja, asang taptao. They're all doing little bhakti. They're doing good things. We're not going to fight them. We'll leave them to do what they want to do. We're not going to get in their way. You don't see a Sikh start saying to people, "Ki, Murti puja is against Sikhi, man. Let's go knock down all the mandirs." That's not our way. In Afghanistan, they broke down all the Buddhist statues, but that's not the Sikh way. We had Tan Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji making a mosque. If you go to Kiratpur Sahib, there's a mosque there that Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji themselves made for the Muslims that were living in Kiratpur that didn't have a place to do their namaz. Maharaj says, I'll make you a mosque. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji gave his life for the freedom of the Hindu faith to practice their own religion. But they never said to the Hindus, Ki tusi Sikh bano pehla, then I'll save you. So Sikhi is not about imposing. So you got the good guys, the people that we're not going to touch. Then you got the bad guys. Then we'll talk about them next week. Those are the people that we do have to stop. But there's one way of looking at this, that the asank part means that we don't judge people. Now they say ki sir niva karke dekho apne aap nu, and look inside. Don't look outside, look inside. The problems you have inside, they're bigger than the world outside. So we can look at ourselves. So asank puja, asank taptao. Now tap sanjam is one way of looking at the world. Ki, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do maybe 40 days of Sukhmani Sahib. That's tap as well. Some people put their hand up in the air like this in Hinduism. They say, I'm going to do that for the rest of my life to please God. People choose many ways of pleasing Waheguru. They think of something that works for them and they'll follow it. So Guru Sahib says, ki asank are those ways of doing tap sanjam. Tap sanjam means putting yourself into some kind of stress to please Waheguru. So some people, like in Sikhi, we do part. Some people say ki, I'm not gonna, like for example, Baba Harnam Singh. He stayed 40 days without food or water. It was a test. They read the Raya Sukhmani Sahib. Sukhmani Sahib says ki, Brahmjani ka bhojan gyan. The Brahmjani only needs to eat gyan. They go, alright, I'll test it. They stayed without food or water in a pura for 40 days. And they managed that. So this is an idea that is across the whole of the world. Even Christians, for the month of Lent, they give up food, they give up certain things. Muslims, for the month of that Ramadan, they give up certain things. It's a way of doing some kind of tab samjam to please Waheguru. And it's in every religion, every faith, every person can do that. And it's not to denigrate it and say it's not right, but also the problem is, if you do that with the wrong request, it can go wrong. Mara says ki, mangana nika har jas gurte mangana. If I was to ask for anything, what's the best thing to ask? For Hari Jas, to give me the praise of Waheguru. So everything can go good and bad, depending upon what your niyat is, what your desire is behind. And the desire is what Maharaj is trying to sort out. So the Gursikh has to do Japana as well. And the Gursikh has to love as well. And the Gursikh has to do Puja as well. And the Gursikh has to do Tab Samjam as well. Sometimes it's early in the morning, you don't want to get up because it's hard, you're tired, but you think, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because that's my promise to my Guru that I kept my Rehat Maryada. Rehat pyari mujhko, Sikh pyara nahi. Guru Sahib ki Rehat is pyari to me, not the Sikh. So therefore, we force ourselves, like a stick, we say Nik karna hai. Yes? That's one way of us doing Tab Samjam. So nothing good or bad about it, it's the niyat that comes behind it. Then Maharaj goes on to say, Asank Granth Mukh Ved Part. Granth means a compilation. For example, Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Before it was called the Ard Granth. It's a compilation of texture, of text. So scripture put together. It's not just one person's writing, Tan Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Guru Granth Sahib Ji's got 36 different bhagats and 36 different likharis inside there. It's the way of the saints. It is a multi-faith faith. By itself, Guru Granth Sahib Ji is multi-faith. So if you're going to say, oh, let's be against other faiths, look at Guru Granth Sahib Ji first. Because your Guru Granth Sahib Ji has the word Allah in it more than Waheguru. Ajkal, it's a real shame, lots of people that are anti other religions. Don't be anti the puppy, but don't be anti the religion. It doesn't make any sense as per Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Guru Granth Sahib Ji has this idea of Asank Jap, Asank Pao. Asank Granth Mukh Ved Part. Now, if you look at religious books, you'll see that Buddhists, they spend all their time reading their granths. They memorize them. Hindus, the Pandits, they read theirs. The Christians, they read their granths as well. Muslims read their granths. Every single religion out there tries to read their granth. And so do we. We have Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and we do Akhand parts, we do Sahaj parts, we try and read our Nitnem. So this is something which exists in every single religion, every single spiritual path. So we shouldn't be judging it. The Muslim who's reading his part, we think, oh, that's wrong. But then if you go to some of the places where they do Khand parts, they're doing the same thing. Then a good Sikh has to read their part as well. The problem is, how do we read that part? Do we read it because we want something from that? There was a story, I watched a YouTube video yesterday. There was a Kathavachik and he was saying, I met two people, two families, and they were going through a court case. And they both had the same Baba. And the Baba gave them both the same part to read from Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So both the families were given the same Shabad to read. By reading that Shabad, they were going to win the court case. And they were fighting against each other. So the reason they read that part was not because they wanted to read the part. They read that part purely because they wanted to win the court case. Now obviously one of those won and the other lost. So the one that won, he goes, wow, Gurbani is great. The one that lost, okay, Gurbani's got no taqat in it. There's no strength left in Gurbani. You see, by telling people to read part and they've got things going right or wrong, Maharaj tells us ki hukum na kahya jai. Hukum cannot be said. It's in Waheguru's hand. So we shouldn't be reading part to solve a problem. If you want Shanti, yes, Simaro Simar Simar Sukh Pavo, Kal Kales Tan Mahi Mitavo. If you go to Guru Granth Sahib, you say, Maharaj, I'm in stress, I need some peace. Read your part. 100%. That's the reason to read part. Maharaj tells you, Dukh Par Har, Sukh Kar Le Jai. We read our nickname, might be stressed at the beginning, but by the end of reading, Anand Paya Meri Maaye, Sat Guru Mein Paya, we're happy. We're in Anand. Anand Sabko Kahe Anand Guru Te Janiya. We're in Anand. But if we read it for the requirement that we need to go and get some, maybe the Rajotamu and Satogun, I want to be more intelligent than somebody else. I want to know more part, I can quote in an argument. There's people that are internet warriors about meat and about all the different things you can talk about. They're internet warriors. And all they're interested is finding that tuk in Gurbani that proves them right. They're not interested actually in finding Waheguru inside them on that day. They're more interested in finding quotes in Gurbani to back up what they want to say. Yeah? And that's the same niyat. It's a wrong niyat. You're not coming to Guruji and saying ki Jo tud pave sai palikar. Tu sada salamat nirinkar. You're not bowing your head and accepting the hukum. You're trying to do something yourself. You're still stuck in Maya. I'm still stuck in Maya. If I say you, actually I should be saying me. Because that's exactly what I'm like. I'm stuck inside that same thing, the same time. You're thinking all the time about how to win something, how to become more successful, how to get what you want. And those are the three guns that trap us. We sometimes treat Gurbani in the same way. And we talked that story once, that Guru Gobind Singh Ji was asked by Baba Hanam Singh Ki, why is this Sikh not progressing spiritually? He reads Panj Baniya da part, he reads Sukhmani Sahib and Asadiwar, he does 27 every day, 27 jobs of Chope Sahib. Why is his avastha not going up? And the answer that came is, Kyo Sundani. He's reading the part, but he's never listening to it. Maharaj says, I wouldn't even care if he read one, but if he just listens to it slowly. So we're running through part, I'm running through part on the way here, I've got to do my part. But Maharaj is telling us, no, listen to it slowly, it doesn't matter. So our mind tells us one thing, but Guruji is telling us something else. Unfortunately, we please our mind more than we try to please Guru. And here it says, Jo tud pave sai palikar. Whatever pleases you, Waheguru, that's the right thing to do, not what pleases my mind. Jo tud pave sai palikar. That's the good thing to do. Tu sada salamat nirinkar. So, we acknowledging that Waheguru is the creator, that Waheguru is the one that's delivering us, that's organizing the world. Then Maharaj goes on, ki asank jog man rahe udas. Jogiyan, the people that are yogis, in their mind, they udas. Man rahe udas. Udas means to be separate from the world. So Maharaj says there's millions and millions of yogis that stay separate from the world in their mind. And we can say, yes, there are. In every single religion, there are people that have shunned the world and gone away. Even in Sikhi, there's people that shun the world and go away. And it is also a good thing to do in Sikhi. Maharaj says, ki in your mind, do stay udas. Stay separate from the world. Asa, mahe, nirasa. In the world, in this world which is full of demands, stay free of demands. In this world that is always after something, stay separate from the world. Jaise jal mein kamal alep. As in the water, the lotus flower, the water falls on the lotus flower and rolls right off. The mud falls on the lotus flower, rolls right off. It's got absolutely no friction on there. So because it's got no friction, everything rolls off. So in this world we should be like that. Stay frictionless. So this is a teaching for us, but it's also telling us that you're not the only one. Gursikha, you're not the only one that's udas in the world. There's millions of people out there. Don't get so hankari. Ki bhai main to I'm the only one in the world that is free of anikam, krodh, lobh, ahankar. The minute you start saying I'm free of that, you're trapped in it, because hankar has got you. So Maharaj is telling us ki this world, this gameplay is very hard to even stay. Without this, Maharaj tells Sukhmani Sahib ki Apas ko jo pala kahave, tise palai nikat na aave. The one who calls himself good, goodness doesn't come near him. It's a hard one. Apas ko jo jane nicha, so ganiye sab te ucha. The one who calls himself the lowest of the low, count him as the highest of the high. It's a very hard way of walking. This path is so hard, the minute you start thinking you've done something, you fall off. And you have to get back on again. Because this path is about kirpa. This path is not about doing 10 good things, doing one bad thing, then you get away with it, because you've got 9 good things to your name. It's not about ginti, it's about kirpa. Guru Sahib tells us ki karmi aave kapda. By our karam, we get certain kapde, we get the sifat salah kapda, or we get the human life. But nadri mokhtwar. Mukti is only by kirpa. There's no other way of getting mukti, it's only by kirpa. And Guru Sahib will tell us, like we say in Sukhmani Sahib, ki Roop na rek na rang kich, te grun tre gun te prabh pin, tise bujai nanaka, jis hove suprasan. Suprasan means happy. So Maharaj is telling us that the Waheguru is got no roop, no form, no rek, no lines on their fingers, no rekha to tell them what's going to happen next. Roop na rek na rang, no color, na rang kich, tre gun te prabh pin. Waheguru is outside of these three guns, is outside of this maya. And then, tise bujai nanaka, jis hove suprasan. The only person who understands this, Maharaj is telling us, is a person who Waheguru is happy with. The person that Waheguru gets happy with, they get kirpa. Because they get kirpa, they get given the naam. So naam mil gaya, sab kuch mil gaya. When you get naam, Maharaj tells us everything is there. Once you got naam, Maharaj tells us that once we've got that Gur Prasadi naam, then we understand that Waheguru is outside these three guns. We become outside these three guns. And we'll go on to this in the third body of this set. The first one we'll talk about the jap, the good side. Then Maharaj says ki asank pagat gun gyan vichar. That there's many pagats that are doing vichar. Gun, gyan, vichar. They are doing vichar of gun. They're thinking what's a good thing to do, what's a bad thing to do. I should think about that. They're thinking about gyan. What's gyan, what's not gyan. So you can see this that this also is part of Maya. That people start thinking about what's gun, what's gyan. And Maharaj says it in Anand Sahib, Maharaj goes that Simrat Sastra Pun Paap Vichar De Tate Sarna Jani. So this is the same thing, Pun Paap Vicharna. To think about what's good and what's knowledge. Simrat and Sastris, all the Shastras of the Hindu's faith, all the Simritis, they are discussing what's good, what's bad. Maharaj says Tate Sarna Jani. They don't understand the Tat of Waheguru. The Waheguru is above these things. So even this Maya is so clever that even by sitting here like we are, doing Gun, Gyan, Vichar, we could be in Maya, we could come away thinking, I know something. Manu Gyan aa gaya. Even me, thinking about this idea of Asank, come from Sankhya, I start thinking, I got Gyan. But it's not Gyan. It's not Gyan because the only Gyan, Maharaj tells in Gurbani is ki, what is a Gyani? Aap pachane bujhe soy. The only person who is a Gyani, jine apne aap nu pachan leta, where is your mood, where is your what's your soul, and understands that one. So knowledge means nothing in Sikhi. There's no value upon knowledge. The only thing that's important is Gyan, which is of Atam Gyan, Atma Gyan. So there's one way of seeing this as being Maya. Another way, as we said, is that the whole world is doing this. So don't be Hankari. Just because you got some Gyan doesn't mean that somebody who's Christian hasn't got the same Gyan. It's not that Sikhi is very, very amazing, but the idea of Sikhi, the knowledge in Sikhi is everywhere. This Gyan that Guru Sahib is giving us is collated here for us, but it's existed in many different places, in many different worlds. So therefore don't get Hankari. But also, we can understand that a Sikh has to do this as well. There's three ways looking at every single line. A Sikh also has to do Gun, Gyan, Vichar. Maharaj tells us ki Amrit Vela Sachanao Vadiyai Vichar. Do Vichar. Like we're doing now, this is Katha. We have to do this. Guru Sahib tells us ki Avo Sant Milo Mere Pai Mil Har Har Katha Karo. Come O Guru Sikhs, come together and do Katha. This is the best Katha to do. In this world, Maharaj tells us the best Katha to talk about is about Waheguru. Sabte Uttam Har Ki Katha. Then we can say that Asank Gun Gyan Vichar, Asank Sati, Asank Datar. That even Sati means somebody who's very faithful to their faith. And even it's a bit of a feminine word because the woman who is faithful to her husband, they should throw her in the fire. So it was a form of showing faithfulness to your husband to jump on the funeral pyre with him. So there's Asank Sati, there's many Satis like this. So we think I'm the most faithful person. You know, Bhai Joga Singh. Bhai Joga Singh, he thought he was the most faithful Guru Sikh out there. He left his wife on his marriage day. In the middle of his Ananda College, he leaves to go to Guru Gobind Singh Ji. He thought, I'm the best. The minute he thought he was the best, he got tempted by the prostitute. And he got stuck. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji themselves came to keep him outside of that Vishwadakar. Outside of the Vishwadakar, Maharaj stood there, the Peradar, and he was too scared to go in. So this Sati idea is that we have to be non-Hankari. Don't think of yourself as the best Sati out there. I'm the most I'm the most faithful Gursikh, I'm the most faithful to my Guru. It doesn't work that way. Just because you have a pag, dari, panch kakar, it may not mean that somebody else on that day, when there's a requirement to give your head, somebody else might be there first. You doubted yourself. You know? You sang it. Maharaj asked for the person. But also, we have to be sati. We have to be brides of Waheguru. We have to be faithful brides. Guru Sahib tells us in Gurbani that be sakhiyo saheladiyo, meet your Waheguru, become jo. Guru Sahib Ji in Shabad Azari talks about this, that the bride asks the other brides, how can I meet my Waheguru? Pir kehe so kije, tan man dije. Whatever your Waheguru tells you, do that. Whatever your husband tells you, do that. Not about the woman and the husband. I'm not to advise the women. My point of this is that we, as brides to Waheguru, whatever Waheguru tells us, we should do that. Don't put your mind into it. Let Guruji tell you what to do. Then next bit, asank sati, asank datar. There's many people that are giving. Again, the three ways of looking at it. Many people that are giving don't get hankari for giving. Also, many other religions out there do it. So every single person is trying to give, but unfortunately, we can get in maya from giving. We can give and we say, I am the giver. Mara says, you're not the giver. Datta data ek hai. Sabko devanhar. Recognize who gave you to give the other person. But sometimes we think, I'm the biggest giver out there. You get hankar. Another way of looking at the same thing is we have to give. Sikhana kami hai ki dena hai. We say naam japna and then vand ke shakna. Kirt kamani and vand ke shakna. We have to give. So each line has three different meanings. And then Mara says ki asank sur mohabaksar. The last line of this, ki there's many warriors. This sur comes from surma, sur bir bahadur. There's many warriors out there. And this is coming back to the idea that amongst the good people, this body is about the good guys. Amongst the good guys, there are warriors. Warriors that are doing the right battle. You can have the battle for the wrong thing, you can have battle for the right thing. But the warrior is brave. And they're prepared. Maharaj says ki muh baksar. They eat. Eat means to receive. Sar, metal. So they eat blows to their face. It's a big thing to be scared of eating. You know, ki lagni manu. You know, that, oh, I could go into that battle, but I could get hit. I could get chopped in the face by a sword. I could get shot in the face. There's a big danger of that. And Guru Sahib is telling us that don't think, Gursikha, that you're the biggest warrior out there. Yes, the Khalsa Forge is meant to be warriors, but there's warriors in every different dharam. Every different religion has this idea of the rightful warrior. Even Christianity has a song, Onward Christian Soldier. Onward Christian Soldier. We are about the Sant Sipahi. Every religion has this idea of Sipahi. Even Buddhist monks used to train in Shaolin Kung Fu. Even they were warriors for their religion. So this thing is everywhere, so don't get hankari. But also, the warriors can get hankari. So be careful. Don't think that I'm a warrior, so get proud. It's dangerous. You could fight for the wrong thing. You could end up fighting for the wrong king. Like for example, I joined the British Army for 4 years. I've done my 4 years in the army. But why did I leave? Because it wasn't a force for good. In all honesty, it was a force for Tony Blair. Right? So you realize, I don't want to go into Iraq. Because I don't think we're doing the right thing then. So I thought, you know what, if I'll wait till the day the Khalsa Forge comes up. So the Khalsa Forge aayegi, asi parti homange, because then we'll fight for the right thing, not for the wrong thing. But warriors can also fight for the wrong thing by mistake if they're led into battle by the wrong people. And finally, the same translation of the same line, that the Gursikh has to be a warrior. The Gursikh has to be prepared to be at the front. You have to be prepared. Khalsa, Maharaj says ki Khalsa soi nit kare jang. And the Khalsa, I forgot the line, is the one who's at the front. Aage hoye lade. I think that's the line. Khalsa soi aage hoye lade. The Khalsa, not the person who backs up and says, everybody else fight, I'll come afterwards. I got your back. You know, this Khalsa is not the person who says to the back, I got your back, bro, you go. No, Khalsa is at the front, prepared to be battled. If you look at the Indian flag, the story of the Indian flag is very interesting. It started off not with the orange at the top. It started off with the white, then the orange, then the green. Because the Hindu was the white, orange was the Khalsa color, and the Sikh color, and the green was the Muslim. And actually what happened is that they gave it because the Sikhs were going to lead the battle, they said go to the front, and the Sikhs said, well, if you want us to be the warriors at the front, then put our colour at the top. And that's when the orange in the Tiranga went to the top. We don't realise that. We think it's about how they tell us that orange is about sacrifice. It's not. It's a Sikh colour. It got moved up because we put ourselves at the front line. And nowadays we forgot. So now we're cussing India all the time, and we cuss the Tiranga, but the Sikhs themselves fought to have that orange at the top. And Dili Takht pe baithegi aap Guru ki fauj. That's the Hukamnama from Guru Gobind Singh Ji. We're destined to rule that country as a Khalsa Panth. No matter how much you cuss it, the Khalsa Fauj will one day lead India. Yeah? So therefore, we might as well be at the top already. We've already got the colour at the top, might as well take over India. Instead of sitting there complaining about India, it's a democracy. Make them all Sikhs, teach them Prachar of Kal Yug and Kirtan, and take over. Sada Taramya, we're not going to Rajgariya Khalsa over the whole world if we can't even do Rajgariya Khalsa over India. We have to think bigger. Khalsa Panth ne Raj karna hai dharti de utte. It can't do Raj if we can't even take over one big country, but still one country. We're there. We already got the rang at the top. So we come to the end of our time now, and obviously done loads of mistakes in that katha. But next week we'll talk about the Made Lok, Asank Papi, Paap Kar Jahe. We'll talk about those and what Maharaj gives the idea. And then we'll talk about the Chautha Pad. What is this fourth state that Guru is talking about? How can we escape from just this Maya, this Dragon Maya? The last line I forgot, Asank Mon Live Laitar. So there's many people that are quiet and they stay quietly doing bhakti. You can understand that in every religion people are silent. In Hindu, in Christianity, every religion there are people that are quiet, and also sometimes being quiet can mean the wrong thing. Even the Munnis can get hankar. They think, I'm quiet, I should be proud. You people talk so much. It doesn't work that way. And finally, a good Sikh, Maharaj tells, should also be quiet. Jada nahi bolna chahiye. I mean, I'm the worst example of this. We talk way too much. But Guru Sahib tells us that don't talk too much. Keep yourself to yourself a little bit. Go inside.
Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru,
Vaheguru, Vaheguru.